Hello, welcome to Business Reporter's Improving Business Performance campaign. I'm Ashley Blake. The rollout of 5G is a watershed moment in communication. This high-speed, low-latency connection is soon going to enable IoT and smart industries to reach their full potential and transform our economies. But that will happen only if the 5G network itself can achieve and maintain a very high performance. How can communication services providers deliver robust 5G networks and operate them profitably? That's what we're going to discuss today with Andrew Cole, CEO of MYCOM OSI. Can you give us an overview of the main trends in the telecoms industry at the moment?
Some of the recent trends of the telco industry have been digitisation and automation of their networks, but the most prominent really, and it's really exciting, is the rollout of 5G networks throughout the world. This will enable advanced connectivity services to enable new solutions and offerings, for example, autonomous vehicles, remote healthcare operations happening in one country being managed and administered from another, and even things like robotic manufacturing. So there's a plethora of new opportunities that 5G will bring.
I see. So what are the key challenges for communications services providers in this fast-changing environment?
Well, I think there are a number of challenges that the telcos will have in this environment. The first one is the creation and rollout of those networks. But beyond that, it's actually how do you monetize these networks? And in order to do that, they will need to roll out new services and solutions to customers, their customers throughout the globe. In order for that to be successful and them to generate returns, and they're under significant pressure to achieve that, then they will need to ensure that the network performance is optimized, and they need expertise that understands how networks perform, that understand how you optimize that have the deep domain expertise to look historically and predict the future. It's a really complex area.
Andrew, how does MYCOM OSI help the telecoms companies accomplish all of that?
MYCOM OSI is a specialist provider of network assurance and service assurance applications to the telco sector. Our aims and objectives are to collaborate with our customers to optimize the performance of their network, to improve the customer experience, and to generate the maximum returns on investment that they have made. We achieve that through our core applications, and bear in mind we've been in the sector for 25 years and worked with telcos throughout that period. So we understand how networks perform, we understand the challenges within the networks, and we constantly upgrade and innovate our applications to deal with emerging technologies. For example, we're now cloud native. For example, we're working with AI ops to ensure that we can predict outcomes in the future, to proactively inform the network operations center how the network is performing. And what that does also is allows network operators to automate their networks more rapidly, to deploy their resources more appropriately, and to reduce the costs that they're incurring to achieve that. We have to also bear in mind that everybody's under pressure for financial performance, and our applications are proven with metrics to reduce the costs for them to deliver their services to their customers.
What's your overall approach to problem solving? In other words, what's beyond the software you provide?
Well, I think beyond the products and software is relationships and building a trusted relationship as a partner with our telcos and our customers around the world. The majority of our customers are rolling out their 5G networks. So we're extending our applications from 2, 3, 4G to 5G to enable them to optimize the performance of that network as well as the others. But in addition to that, everyone's going through a learning curve. You know, this new technology advancement means telcos are having to work out, okay, how do we monetize? What kind of services are they? What kind of revenues will we generate? And how do we ensure that the customer experience and the network performance are optimized and that the availability is high. So we were working in conjunction with them. We've done a number of proof of concepts around the world as our customers are evolving their own technology, and we'll work in partnership with them to see how, for example, AI ops might assist in the future. One example is a telco that we've worked with for many years. We provided our applications to one domain, and then we expanded that cross-domain. What that enabled them to do is to be able to have a holistic view of the performance of the network, and it also enabled us to reduce the cost, the operating costs, as well as the capital expenditure that they'd incurred, and consolidate all the applications that they had currently running within their operational centre. It also enabled us to align with them on their strategic and technology goals. And we did that in consultation, and we have delivered, for example, some AI ops capabilities within our existing applications in collaboration with them over a period of time. We've also won some major awards with this particular telco that I'm referring to.
What are some of the key things that the most successful telecoms companies are doing right?
I have had the privilege to work with many telcos throughout the world, and the three areas that I think differentiate those that are going to be very successful are: number one, focus on monetizing the network and services. Number two is collaborating with partners. And number three, innovation in technology and their offerings. We at MYCOM OSI have proven that we can do that historically, and will do that in the future.